This video contains graphic content, so if you're underage or not ready to watch this, please stop right here. Otherwise, let's get right to the video. It's crazy how I came from this to that. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Just like anyone else, I lived life not knowing things could change in the blink of an eye. It all started one Sunday morning in July when I woke up with a red eye, not knowing it was caused by wearing contact lenses that I have worn for a long time due to my short-sightedness. So, because of the redness, I decided to get an over-the-counter eye drop, the Probeta N, not knowing that this is probably the worst mistake I could have ever done to my eye. So I went on to use these eye drops 2 days, and that's because of the redness and the irritation I had. I had not read the pamphlet that came with it, and that's my mistake. But apparently the pamphlet says as long as you wear soft contact lenses, as you can see, you're not meant to use this eye drop. This is something I was not informed or aware of. And mind you, I had used this drug before. So I was not informed by the pharmacist who handed this out to me. So I kindly appeal to pharmacists out there, before you go handing out a drug, you ought to understand the patient's history before you hand out the drug to them. On day 3, I noticed a shooting pain coming from my eye. So when I go to look at it in the mirror, I see a white spot right at the corner of my iris. So immediately I call in to the pharmacist to alert her of what is happening, to ask if it's normal. And then she spoke with alarm, asked me to run to the nearest to see an eye doctor. And Google gave me Georgina Eye Clinic, Molago. So I called in, and the receptionist gave me somewhat of first aid. And with the curfew, you can imagine, she could not do much. So she advised me to wear sunglasses, take a painkiller, and stay in a dark room until the next day, go in early in the morning. And that's just what I did. Once I got to hospital, the doctors seemed alarmed. They tried as much as they could, but they failed to hide their reactions. I could read right through their faces that this is a disclaimer. This video is not sponsored. It's just a sheer testimony of the great treatment I received at Georgina. The doctors and nurses were so welcoming. I felt at home even when I was in pain. So without further ado, they cleaned my eye and immediately sent me to their theater in Muyenga to have the medicine directly administered into my eye using an injection. This was the start of a series of videos, painful as you can imagine. So I'm going in for the next surgery. More pain. It's crazy. So that's the progress so far. This is the 4th surgical procedure. As soon as I walk out the door, I'll need you more and more. At this point, I was in so much pain because the painkillers were yet to kick in. This was a pain like nothing I had ever experienced before in my life. It's a pain that, in my opinion, surpasses the pain of child labor. Oh my goodness, it was something else. I don't think anyone could go through such an ordeal without a support system. I personally had a very strong one. My parents, my husband, my children, my friends. I did not tell many of my friends because I just didn't want to blow it out of proportion, and I do not attribute this to myself whatsoever. This was all God. All God, I tell you. So I managed to go through it all within a period of a month and a half. and eventually I was released from the daily visits and started to go in twice a day. So yeah, that's how it all went down. It's getting better, and we are at week 2.5. Yeah, that's how it's looking. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake. Through the pain, I smiled. Through the pain, I praised God. Through the pain, I could sing to God. Through the pain, I took care of my kids. So this is me now, YouTube fam, and I can honestly only attribute this to God, the Lord Most High, because He's been my protector, He's been my healer, He's been my provider. This has been a tough period. The finances, God is our provider. If He can clothe the birds and the bees and the fish in the sea, why won't He clothe us? This whole situation put that reading into perspective for me. I cannot believe how I would have gone through this without God, honestly. It's a very tough period, as you all know, COVID period. People are not doing financially well. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following up. And before I leave, I would like to high five you all for the 500 subscriber mark. Thank you all so much. Give yourselves a high five for me. And this is the beginning of a new chapter in our lives. So keep on keeping on. Make sure you read your Bibles, and I will catch you in the next video, which will probably be a follow-up, but well, we don't know. So keep watching, keep hanging in there. God bless you all, and I love you. Bye.